Hello my dear students. So in this video lecture today we're going to start off a topic from English grammar, and the name of the topic is subject verb agreement. Okay, now before we move ahead with the detailed discussion, let us understand what this topic or title subject verb agreement stands for. It basically tells you that a subject and a verb, okay, subject and a verb in a sentence should agree with each other. Now when I say should agree with each other, what am I trying to say? Trying to say that if there is a plural noun, the verb should also be in the plural form. Okay, and if there is a singular noun, then the verb should also be in the singular form. Okay, so with plural nouns comes the plural verb, and with singular nouns comes the singular verb. Okay, moving on. Now basic rule, that is what I've just said. Singular subjects must have singular verbs, plural subjects take plural verbs. Okay, now rules. The person you always takes a plural verb. Now this is a kind of an exception, because you will always take a plural verb. Okay, even if you are referring to one single person, you are invited to the party. You are invited to a party. Okay, so then what am I trying to say over here is that you will always come with a plural verb. Okay, okay, we've got examples right in front of us. Okay, now you were invited to come, you are asked to clean the room, okay, and you sing well. Okay, so remember that always, for always, you will come with a plural verb. Now over here let us quickly understand. Now you look at this sentence out here, you sing well. Now the rule to convert a plural verb, sing is a plural verb, to a singular verb is by adding s. By adding s. By adding s. There are exceptions which we'll discuss later on, but the generic or the general rule is by adding s. Like for example, if I would have written here, he dash so well. So I would have filled up the blank using the word sings. Okay, because he is a singular subject, so we will use singular verb. So singular verb becomes, or so sing becomes sings over here. Okay, so whenever you have to convert a plural verb to a singular verb, you will add s. Okay, there are several rules that we'll discuss in the upcoming slides. Okay, moving on. If a sentence begins with here or there, the verb agrees with the subject which follows it. Here are the ways on how to preserve meat. There is a huge gap between the rich and the poor. Okay, so if a sentence is beginning with here or there, then the verb will agree to the subject which is following it. So a verb will always agree to the subject which is following it. Okay, so here are the ways, and there is a huge gap between the rich and the poor. Okay, moving on. If two subjects, one single and one plural, are connected by either or neither nor, the verb agrees with the nearer subject. Now see, if we are using either or neither nor, then the verb will agree to the subject which is nearest to it. Okay, neither the player nor the coach is joining. Okay, we are not saying are joining. We will not say are, because the coach is in the singular form over here and it is nearest to this verb. Okay, so therefore we will not take players into consideration, because the coach stands close to this verb is. So therefore the correct is. Neither the conductor or the singers are attending the concert. Neither the conductor or the singers. Now again, look, singers stand close to are, so therefore we are using it in the plural form. We are not using it in the singular form because singers itself is in the plural form. So therefore you will look if a sentence is beginning with neither nor, or if a sentence uses neither nor or either or, then you will look at the subject which is close to the verb, and then you will decide that whether the verb should be in the plural or in the singular form. A singular subject followed by intervening words or phrases such as with, as well as, in addition to, accompanied by, together with, no less than. So if a verb is, or if a subject is followed by words like all these, with, as well as, in addition to, accompanied by, together with, and no less than, then it will always take a singular verb. Jake, accompanied by his sister, is enrolling in PCC. Daddy, as well as my brothers, is enjoying the party. So remember, whenever we are using all these words, we will always use a singular verb. A singular verb is being used with all the words which are stated up here. Okay, so you can look at the examples as well. Moving on, rule number 5. Singular subject joined by and require a plural verb except when they mean one thing. Like example, Larry and Mercy are reading novels. So whenever we are using and there are two singular subjects, one singular subject is this and the other one is this, and they are joined by and, we will use a plural verb. So we have a plural verb over here. Okay, are. And you can also look at the example, and they both are referring to different things. Larry and Mercy, they are two different persons. They are two different people, or I would rather say they are two different girls. Okay, but over here, my teacher and my friend is here. Now over here, this sentence is referring to the same thing. Okay, over here, look, they are reading novels. So both of them are reading their individual novels over here. Larry and Mercy are reading novels. That means they are reading their individual novels. So we are not referring to one thing. We are referring to two different things in this sentence, because both of them have their individual novels and they are reading it. But over here, my friend and my teacher is here. Is here means at the same place. At the same place. So both of them are at the same place, and if both of them are at the same place, then we will use a singular verb. Okay, so look, except when they mean one thing. So this sentence is meaning one thing, that both the teacher and his friend are at the same place. So we are using a singular verb. If they refer to two different things, then we will use a plural verb. Okay, two singular subjects joined by either or neither or take a singular verb. So if a singular subject is joined by either or neither nor, they'll take a singular verb. Either mommy or daddy is coming with me at the outbound. Neither Ferdi nor Dussel is waiting for you. So whenever we are using either or neither nor, we will always use a singular verb, provided that the singular subjects are being connected. If either or neither nor are connecting two singular subjects, we will use a singular verb. Okay. If a singular subject is followed by a phrase containing a plural noun, the verb is singular. One of the boys is yelling so loud. One of the members is against the rule. So if a singular subject is followed by a phrase containing a plural noun, so a singular subject, a singular subject is followed by a phrase containing plural nouns. So we will only take into consideration the subject, okay, and the verb will be in the singular form. Again, one of the members is against. Again, we are talking about the same thing. The sentence begins with a singular subject followed by a plural thing, or plural noun I would rather say, and again we have used a singular verb over here. The indefinite pronouns several, few, both, many, others are always plural. Both were asking to be freed. Several are seeking justice. So whenever we are talking about indefinite pronouns, means when we do not know the numbers. Okay, when we do not know the numbers, so several, few, both, many, others are always plural. So whenever we talk about indefinite pronouns such as several, few, both, many, others, we will always use a plural noun. Examples are right in front of you. Okay, so anyways, we'll stop there. We'll continue from the 9th rule in part 2 of the video. Okay, and till then, stay safe, bye bye, and take care.